It is 6 minutes after 4 p.m., time for the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. And apologize for the technical difficulties. I am Loyd Kirby, the marketing manager here at WLCN. And as we do each Tuesday at 4 p.m., we have a guest from the area with something newsworthy or something to talk about, and today no exception. Our guest today is the manager, or the director rather, of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln as well as in Bloomington, Ellen Orns. So Ellen, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Once we were finally able to get on the air here anyway. So Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center has a facility in Lincoln.
Yes.
How long has that facility been there?
Since 1988.
Okay. And how long have you been the director?
For Lincoln?
Sure.
Let's see. I think it was September of 2021.
Okay.
So kind of right in the middle of the pandemic and just a lot of transition and stuff that was going on at that time. And that's when I stepped in, and we expanded to be able to include medical services at that time.
Okay. And so for folks who do not know, what can you kind of give us the 30-second elevator pitch of what the facility is, what kind of services is offered, who can avail themselves of the services? And
Absolutely.
That kind of
So we are a free medical clinic. We provide pregnancy tests, ultrasounds. We are supported by our nursing staff that's out of the Bloomington location, and so they also provide services in Lincoln. And we also have support services. So we have education through our HOPE program. It stands for Helping Others Parent Through Education. And if you are pregnant or recently had a baby, you can attend those classes and get the education and also receive material assistance. We also have what we call curbside care. So once a month we have a time where you can come and stop by. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can call a number. Mm-hmm. We'll bring out some diapers and wipes, whatever size you're needing. Sometimes we have additional goodies that we put in there, like sometimes it's a blanket, sometimes it's like baby wash stuff, that kind of thing. So we do that once a month, and we're just there to help the community, and all of our services are free.
Okay, and I see, because I'm cheating and looking at the information you sent me, there was one of the curbside care events on March 6th, and you've got one coming up in April as well as in May?
Yes. We usually have it. It's either the first or second Thursday of the month, and we'll run those through the whole year.
Oh, okay. And April 10th would be the date of the next one, and as it says here, drive up, you can pick up the whatever kind of goodies are available. As you mentioned, you can call ahead. Is it 217-735-4838?
4838, yes.
Yeah, the print's a little small on this screen. So
yes.
And that event runs from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Yes.
And also says here on the information, ultrasounds are available by appointment. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So that whole entire day you can stop by. It's open to the public. You don't have to be a current client. You don't have to be pregnant or anything like that. It's just there for the entire community. But we also offer ultrasounds for those that are expecting. So it's our way of kind of giving back to the community. It's also a way for people to know that our services are there. And like I said, all of the services are free. If you want the ultrasound, it is best to have an appointment scheduled for that day. That way we can for sure fit you in.
Sure. Okay. And speaking of being scheduled that day, you mentioned the events are on usually the first Thursday, you said?
Usually. Mm-hmm.
And so the hours of operation of the facility, you were telling me before we went on the air that currently in Lincoln, at least, you're open only on Thursdays.
Right. We are open on Thursdays 9 to 4. We'd like to expand to a second day if possible. We could really use some volunteer support in order to make that happen, so that we are always having enough people in the building to be able to service and help the clients.
Okay. Once again, our guest is Ellen Orns. She's the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln as well as in Bloomington. 217-648-5510, the number to call if you have questions of Ellen, or you can send us an email, 4pm411@wlcnonline.com. It's 11 after, so we're going to go ahead and try and take our first break here, providing the technology cooperates with us, and if it does, we'll be back in 2 minutes, but hopefully no more than 2 minutes, with Ellen. 'Ellen. 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 '
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cook-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3. I think we have our technical problems hopefully under control, at least for the next 15 minutes or so. Once again, our guest is Ellen Orns. She is the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln, as well as in Bloomington. If you have questions, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email your questions, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. Last time, I looked it up before we went on the air. The last time you were here, it was March 21st, so it's been almost exactly 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you were here, you mentioned that sometimes folks, I wouldn't say necessarily have a stigma, but have some sort of preconceived notion maybe about your service, and that you might encourage particular types of services to clients and those who utilize your services. But as I recall, you told me that you were just there as, like your name says, a resource.
Right.
And that you provide information about all options available to those who visit you.
It is one of our promises that we are not going to coerce or pressure anybody into any type of decision. It is their decision to make. But we respect women enough to give them all the information they need to make an informed decision. It ultimately is her choice. We're not going to push our preferences one way or another on them. We have found that when women are treated with respect and dignity and are presented with the information and realize that they have resources, then they're more inclined to make one decision over another. But it is their decision to make.
And so I know each case is different depending on a number of factors, but
Right.
If you can for me, if a person decides, okay, I need to go utilize the center, can you kind of walk me through what happens next in terms of, there's an intake procedure, I'm sure.
Correct.
And
So
things happen.
Yes, so they can make an appointment online. They can call the center and we can get them set up for whatever type of appointment that they're wanting. They come in, they fill out paperwork. We are a medical clinic, so we are going to follow all the procedures that you're going to have at any other medical facility. We're going to get the request for services. You're going to sign consent for treatment. All of our medical professionals are licensed. So when our nurse is meeting with you, she's a licensed RN. When she does an ultrasound for you, she is trained for that type of ultrasound. And then all of our scans are reviewed by an overseeing doctor. And then we have a medical director over the entire organization as well. So you'll come in, you'll do the pregnancy test. Sometimes you'll meet with an additional person, and they're called an advocate. So they're just here to say, how can we help you? What are your needs? And how can we best meet your needs today? And then you'll have a medical assessment. You'll find out the results of your pregnancy test. If you're far enough along, the nurse can do an ultrasound, or she might say, hey, come back in a week or two when you're further along, because you have to be at least 6 weeks along to be able to see anything.
Okay. And in addition to medical services and medical procedures and so forth, you were mentioning to me that you offer, I don't know, would you call it counseling or just sort of
more mentorship,
okay.
Yes,
services for both females and males.
Yes, so we have our HOPE program, and it's, like I said, it's called Helping Others Parent Through Education. It goes through all the stages of your pregnancy, labor and delivery, bringing home baby, troubleshooting, like how do you change a diaper, giving bath, feeding, all of those things that you're going to need to know how. And we've always encouraged the partner to come along, get the same education, so you guys are both on the same page. Sometimes that doesn't work for one reason or another, and we realize that sometimes they need a different type of support than what a woman's going to need. Do they necessarily need to know the stages of pregnancy? Maybe not so much, but sometimes they do want to know so that they can support their partner. But this is called Hope for Men. Men mentoring to men and kind of helping them as they are starting to think about being a father for the first time. So it's all of the resources, like I said, are free. We have a group for men that meets once a month in Bloomington, but anybody from the area is welcome to join that as well.
Okay. And you mentioned to me also, and this goes back to your hours of operation, that currently you're only open on Thursdays, and so you're sort of limited in that regard as far as when you can do things in Lincoln. But if you had more help,
we'd like to be able to expand the services so that we can add additional resources and time that we would be able to be there for the community. Currently, we have one part-time employee that is basically planned for Lincoln, but then myself, our nurse, our other director in Bloomington, we spend at least one day a week there with our staff member, and we have 3 volunteers right now that help us out on Thursday. So we have Thursday covered pretty good, but we could really use a couple more people to help get that day even better, and then maybe expand into a second day.
Okay, and we're at 20 past the hour, so go ahead and try the technology one more time here and see if we can get our other break in. But we'll be talking with Ellen Orns after the break some more about talk about volunteering at the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center. I knew I was going to screw it up one time. And also, we would invite you to tune in tomorrow to the Viewpoint program when Donna Cunningham will be here from the Lincoln Public Library Youth Services Program. But for now, we've got, as I said, about 10 minutes left with Ellen Orns from the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center, and we'll be back with her right after this. This live video stream is made possible. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Once again, I'm Loyd Kirby. I'm the marketing manager here at WLCN, and got a few more minutes left with Ellen Orns from the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center. She is the director of the Bloomington Center as well as the Lincoln Center. So we talked about just before the break volunteers and how volunteers could help your operation. If someone would like to volunteer, two-part question, I guess. Are there certain requirements of those people who volunteer, and what kinds of tasks would you have volunteers doing if they did?
Okay. Basically, if you're willing just to be there and support women as they are facing a pregnancy, and you're willing to share a little bit of love with them, that is the requirement. We would train them on anything that they would need to know when it gets into the education program or working with the nurse or anything like that. We provide all the training. So you just have to have a loving heart to help people. And if you wanted to do that, you just go to our website, which is pregnancyresourcecenter.org, and they can fill out an application that way.
Okay, and as you said, pregnancyresourcecenter.org, which means you're a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
So
yes.
If folks are so inclined, they could certainly, if they're looking for a nonprofit to throw some money, or I'm sure there's probably goods that would help, whether it's
absolutely
cleaning supplies or whatever it might be. Is there anything in particular the center's in need of at this point?
The Lincoln and Logan County area is very generous to us as far as they keep us stocked up on diapers and wipes and some of those clothing items. General support is always welcome, though. We are actually gearing up for our walk. It's not a protest or anything like that. We just basically ask you to sign up to be a walker and then ask friends and family to sponsor you as you're going to walk 2 miles in support of the Pregnancy Resource Center. And it's as easy as filling out a form online, and then you can even share the cause through email, text, social media, and that kind of thing to help raise support.
Okay, so that walk takes place April 26th. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. starting at the Open Arms Christian Fellowship out on Route 10, 1321 Route 10.
Yes.
And as you said, sign up to be a walker. It's a 2-mile walk, and the funds raised support the Pregnancy Resource Center. It says on here, help us reach our goal of $10,000.
Yes, yes. I figured out if we can get 20 individuals to raise about $500 each, we'll easily make that $10,000 goal. So far, we just have a couple families that are signed up to do it, so we really need people to step up and do that. We have a website just for signing up for that event, and it's LN, as in Lincoln, lnprcevents.org, and it'll take you to the page, and it's just a step-by-step form that you're going to fill out.
Okay, very good. So we talked about the Pregnancy Resource Center, the facility here in Lincoln. I'm not sure if we ever gave the address out where you're located.
It's 308 North Union Street in Lincoln.
And that, just from my own personal experience, I know it used to be a doctor's office, so there was a physician who was there. Because my grandmother visited him. I remember her going there for physician visits. So
yes.
It's set up, it's not like it's a converted restaurant or something.
No. It looks more like maybe an old house or something that, right. But it is definitely the medical clinic that we have there. We have the ultrasound room. We have client rooms for the education classes. We have an entire boutique area. So when you're earning the education, you earn what we call baby bucks. So you're going to earn items for like diapers, wipes, clothing, car seats, cribs, stuff that you're going to need to parent your child. Our goal is to help. We're not judging anybody. We're not pressuring anybody. Our goal is to help. And so all these resources are available to anybody that needs it.
Okay. We've got a couple more minutes left. You just mentioned the baby bucks and the education program.
Yes.
We haven't talked about that at all. What does that entail?
Well, that is the HOPE program.
Okay.
So the Helping Others Parent Through Education. So as you come in every week, you earn those baby bucks for certain things. Attending the appointment, we have homework you could possibly do, attending doctor's appointments, just anything that is encouraging a healthy pregnancy. Okay. So then you can shop in our little boutique, and it's cute. It's done well. Everything in there is new or almost new. It's not like a secondhand store or anything like that where you're just like getting all the seconds or something like that. We want to love on you and give you the resources you need. Sometimes people just need a helping hand, and we're trying to be that hand.
And so you mentioned, how long did you say you've been with the facility?
I've been working in the Lincoln community since 2021.
Okay. And so without breaking medical confidentiality type things, are there any sort of maybe anecdotes or stories where that have sort of touched you? Like, why do you do what you do? What is the fulfillment you get out of it?
Oh my goodness, there's so much. You have the joy of seeing somebody coming in, and it may be a pregnancy that they hadn't planned on, and I've seen some of the hurt that's come on the other side of that abortion decision. And like I said, I am not judging anybody at all. But if we can help somebody and support them, and they don't have to make that decision because they have the education, they have the resources, they have the support, it's opened up additional doors for them, that they can be on the other side of and have that happy family that they were wanting, that's payment enough.
And so have you had folks that have come to you maybe during that I don't know, uncertain time, and then a few years later have come back and spoken to you and said... Absolutely.
We really work hard to create a good relationship with them. And when you get to come every week through your pregnancy, and then after the baby is born, we have many times people come in and they show us their baby because they're like, thank you for all the help that you've given me. Then we have people where they've gone through the HOPE program and they've gotten resources, and hey, I have these resources, I don't need any more. I want to give back so somebody else can have those same resources. So we get that all the time.
Okay. And speaking of resources, we're almost at the end of our time here. For folks who weren't turned in or maybe stepped away during the technical difficulties, you've got the Curbside Care event coming up where folks can get some resources. Can you tell us about that one more time?
Sure, absolutely. So on April 10th, anytime between 9 and 4, those are our open hours on Thursday. They can come, and if they are in need of diapers or wipes, they can just come. And when they get there, there'll be a number that you can call. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can come in if you want to. And the diapers and wipes are free to anybody that needs it. Also on that day, we offer ultrasounds. So if you are in need of an ultrasound, it is best to call ahead of time and set an appointment. And that number is 217-735-4838. And you can plan ultrasound for that date. If you are in need of services and need to get in earlier than Thursday, they can also reach out to our Bloomington location because we work very close together, and we're happy to help them there.
Okay. And of course, as you just mentioned, April 26th, the Lincoln PRC Walk, 3 p.m. starting at Open Arms Christian Fellowship out on Route 10, the former Lincoln Christian University site. And sign up, find some folks to support your walking, and help raise money for the center.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Anything we didn't touch on that you want to get out there?
We are just grateful to be able to provide the services in Lincoln. We are very thankful for the support that we have gotten in the community. And if you have any questions at all, I would love for you to reach out to us. Anytime you're wanting a tour, we're happy to invite you in and see what it's all about.
And what is the best way to reach out then?
Probably either calling the center, or you can also email us at lincoln@hopeforofuture.com, and we'll get a copy of that email.
Okay, very good. So once again, our guest has been Ellen Orns, the director of the Living Alternatives Pregnancy Resource Center in Lincoln as well as Bloomington. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, thank you.
We'll have to do it again in a year since
absolutely
we'll get the anniversary on the head. Once again, we invite you to tune in tomorrow to the Viewpoint program. Donna Cunningham from the Lincoln Public Library will be here. She is with the Youth Services Program, I believe, and she will be talking to Dara Entwistle about I believe some of the summer reading programs and some other activities planned at the library. So once again, I'm Loyd Kirby, the marketing manager here at WLCN. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you next week. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.